All right, welcome back, everybody. We got a hype showcase here. Still kicking off our spring fundraiser for Urban Arts, raising money to support the kids of tomorrow's game designers. Very cool stuff. Got Katnique coming in today to show off Badland Day 1 80%. Katnique, what can you tell us about this run?
Well, it's an incredibly hard run. For one thing, the controls are very weird. It's all physics-based flying. If you ever played Flappy Bird, the controls are somewhat similar to that. Basically, just when you hold down the button, your character goes up, and when you let go, your character falls down. So it makes just the basics of the game like super hard. Um, Other than that, it came out on mobile first, like a long time ago, and it was just a one-button game. But they did so much with it, I fell in love with the game, and it's just I don't know. I got completely obsessed with it and played like hundreds and hundreds of hours on mobile, trying to get all the achievements and everything. So it made me really good at flying. And then when it came out on PC, which is this version, they actually made it so you could use the joystick to move Cloney slightly faster, which makes it a lot better for speedrunning. But it does have the effect where it kind of like breaks most of the puzzles in the game because you can kind of just pass them, where the timing is set up for the mobile version. But for speedrunning, it's much better. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be doing day 1 80%, which is 40 levels, and it starts here on Spiral. It starts pretty easy, but if you continue watching, it definitely gets crazy. And there's some hard skips and things like that too, which I hope to get. But like I said, it's just a very, very hard run, and you will see some deaths. But that's just how it is in this game. Anyway, we're ready to start. My timer is good, so I'll count it down. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
Let's go. So you see that because it's a physics-based game, you'll see a lot of stuff in the levels that's moving around that can like knock you around and things like that. And little things come falling down that can smash you, like this thing. But then these, you can kind of like try to get in it and get boosted forward. Same with these spinning things. So a lot of the game is like trying to catch boosts on the environment. Like you want to get hit by these, but dang, I missed it. So that's level 1. It's a very fun game. I highly suggest getting it for mobile if you want to play it casually first, because the puzzles actually work. But
That's
so this
helpful.
level size, yeah, this level size matters. You get introduced to the first power up, which makes you bigger, and then there's these ones that make you smaller. You can skip those two up at the top, but I kind of missed a skip that's pretty hard to do actually. So these ones make you larger, and in this game there's pretty much always the exact opposite of the power up that you just got. Every time. So if you skip the ones that make you larger, you'll still get the ones afterwards that make you smaller, and then it'll help you fit through gaps a lot easier, and that also is used later on to skip puzzles and things like that. So this one's called Clone. Introduces another power-up which gives you a clone. That's why your character's called Cloney. And you actually control all of them at the same time. But in the speedrun, we only really care about the one that's in the front. So, kind of sad for the other guys, but... in some places, you will definitely want to get a lot of clones. Now, the game may look like it's easy, but I assure you that it's only because I've done hundreds and hundreds of hours of flying in this game. If anybody else here has played it, you'll know what I'm talking about, where just flying is like, it is so hard to fly through any of this without, dang, I missed those speed ups, without bumping into stuff. So this level introduces the speed up and slow down power-ups. And what they do is actually, they speed you up, but they also speed up the panning of the camera. And shoot. And in this game, the panning of the camera actually, if the panning passes you, you actually die. If you go off the left side of the screen, you die. So you have to like get through the level before it passes over you, basically. And so the faster that the more of those speed ups that you collect, the faster it's actually panning too. So if you get too many of those, in some cases, the puzzle just becomes impossible to complete that fast and you'll die. I like to trap the other one, so it's a little easier to skip these two power-ups. So this level has these little sticky things that are really horrible. They'll stick to your clones, and sometimes you'll get unlucky and they'll stick to all of them, and it kind of just drags you down to the bottom and gets you stuck on walls and things like that, and you can't get through. Whoop. There's another level where those sticky things are actually much worse, and there's just like walls of them. This level's actually designed for you to save as many clones as you can. But again, because of speedrunning, I had a straggler. Because speedrunning, you kind of just go through it really fast, so those levels are super short. So this stage introduces mines, and these bombs are extremely powerful, and they have just massive amounts of knockback. So if you hit it facing the back of the screen, you generally just get launched off the screen super fast and die. But you can use them to boost yourself forward like extremely fast in some places. You can even use them to clip through walls in certain places, but generally we don't go for that. See? That one just bounced me right off. I had 3 clones though, unfortunately, and they were kind of spaced out weird, so... Hey, Thero. Hey, everybody. So we can get a little bomb boost there using our buddy. That way we're in front of the bomb. Our front clone is in the front of the bomb, I mean. When we blow up the bomb.
Oh, brutal. Some of the noises are like really subtle, but they're also really brutal. Like they get squished.
I know, it's so sad. Like, it is really sad. Like, the speedrun, like, kind of makes you feel bad, but, like, I know that I saved so many clones, like, before getting the achievements. Like, most of the achievements are for saving as many clones as you can, but the speedrun is just, like, they're just getting wrecked. I'm supposed to skip that one, so I'll try to get an extra small here. This is also a stage where you can't go too fast, so you actually have to get a couple of these, or the screen will just be moving too fast later and you will die. Here you just hope that you don't get stuck in the gear like I almost did. Oh, give me one of those. So here normally you'd have to go up top and kind of work your way around that little bit of maze and have some clonies sacrifice to get small. No! Ah! I forgot that I needed to do that. So in this game, it's really bad to die because you lose all of your power-ups when you die. So if you're on any stages where there's like big skips or things where you're trying to maintain speed or you're trying to stay small or whatever, if you die, that all gets reset. So then you have to do all of the puzzles like normal. This is where you can't have the screen panning too fast or you'll get stuck. Shout out to all the poor clonies who made the ultimate sacrifice. Yeah. Here you have to get big to break that pipe. Here I get a few friends, and a lot of them will get sucked into the gears, but some of them I'll be able to use to do bomb boosts. That bomb boost was not very good, but that one was a little better.
Gotta say, other than the violent squishing sounds, the rest of the audio is really nice in this game.
Yeah, it's strangely peaceful for like what's going on, but in day one dawn, it's kind of like a nice place. But as you go on, like you'll notice in the background here, there's that creepy looking eyeball thing, camera, whatever it is. In the background, there's kind of like we don't know what they are because there's no official like lore, but it kind of looks like there's like an alien invasion or like something happening. There's like robots unfolding out of these like egg machines. It's crazy. The artwork is really nuts in the background.
Yeah, that's the other thing I've been noticing for sure.
So this is the only stage where I like to get bigger instead of smaller. And that's because there's like a huge amount of bombs that are in front of you.
Oh man.
Yeah, the game gets really brutal. There's like, I think this is the first stage with those saws, right? Yeah. So yeah, this is where there's lots of bombs and crumbling stuff that traps you, and it's awful. So I want to stay big so I won't collect those things that make you smaller. But this part is where the bombs are like right in front of your face. And the bigger you are, the less you get knocked back. So it's a little bit better to be bigger here. Otherwise, you kind of just get thrown off the screen. So this level introduces another power-up which makes you roll. It's very interesting. It's fun. But there's all kinds of crazy puzzles that they made with the rolling. If we get 2 through there, 1 can go down and get that shrinker for us. So the other power-up rolls the other direction. I'm gonna get this chain out of the way. I'll stay at the top here so I don't get that thing that makes me slower. And then rolling is actually slightly faster than flying actually here, so just kind of roll to the end. Kill a few more clones to save the suckage time.
You actually save time by leaving them behind.
Yeah.
This game.
It's horrible. You brutalize them in the speedrun, like, oh, okay, just one got through. Those plants are poisonous. They, if you touch those plants, your poor clone will start quivering, swell up, and explode. Everything is quite brutal for them. It's a hard life to be a clone. But they are just clones, so you can keep making more.
Something bioethic.
So, this is the worst power-up ever. This power-up makes you sticky. And so anything I touch with the sticky power-up, literally you get stuck to the wall for like a second if you touch the wall. And then the opposite of sticky is bouncy, right? So those make you bouncy. And here's the part with these stupid things. There's a little bit of RNG with them. Sometimes this big one here falls over on its own. But that time it didn't. So luckily I only got a couple of them stuck on there. The thing with sticky though is it makes you immune to blades because you just get stuck to the blade instead of dying from it. Except for that blade, which can push you off the edge of the level. Opposite of sticky is not sticky. Yep. Alright, there we go. Didn't get thrown out of bounds that time. Yeah, it's these little pokey plants that if you touch them, your clone gets poisoned to death. So this level is a huge amount of RNG. These gears are just kind of crazily flying all over the place, and you just hope that you bounce through quickly. A little bomb boost there. I like that you're laughing. Like that's one of the parts of the game that I like. Is like it's kind of just like silly a lot. This part, all the ones on the top are moving in the right direction, so you can kind of try to stay on the top, stay hitting the top ones.
It's silly when you're not pulverizing the clonies into dust or other interesting death.
Yeah. So this part's just complete chaos. You want to just get as many clones as you can so that you have a better chance of having some fly out in the front. And they're so small. That was pretty good. You may have caught in the background one of those cameras was hiding again and then hid behind the rock the last second. So this stage, my strategy is to not collect or touch anything. And it's very scary because anything that you touch will kill you. But if you don't get any clones, you get into the pipe faster, so... You also don't have to watch 100,000 of them die in that stage. So some of these spikes are solid, and the other ones get pushed out of the way. Uh-oh. Don't want to be flying poorly here because this section, if you touch the bottom, you die. Oh my god. That was close. There's also buttons introduced here. You're going to do a lot with buttons later on. Part's a bit of a puzzle. You have to know to press that thing, and then blast those things that make you smaller up there, and then wait for them to come down and grab them here. And they're blocked by the speed up power up. All right, made it. And then here you have to roll backwards a bit, so you hope
Oh,
that you
man.
don't get lost off the side of the stage. Now you have to hit that button to stop these from spinning, but they can actually line up to where you can't get through anyway. So you just hope that that doesn't happen. And then here you just get launched a lot. And you listen to the sound of your clones getting squished. I know that's Saren's favorite sound.
Oh, yeah.
So the beginning of this stage is real weird. You get huge and bouncy. And so if you touch these, it actually becomes pretty hard to get through there sometimes. Get out, get out, get out. Too bouncy. It's too bouncy. All right. That was close. That was almost bouncy beyond control. Oh my gosh. I failed. Oh my gosh, I failed again. I'm sorry, Cloney. Usually I get through that part no problem. I was gonna talk about how hard that part is on mobile because you can't like fly forward or hold backwards or anything. It's hard on this version too. It's just not as hard. So there you have to launch that pebble up, and here you have to hit that pebble onto that hidden bomb so that it blasts that button for you. Here you have to know to roll into that bomb to get through there or you get crushed. And there you have to get that button to break this. This level's got some fun puzzliness to it. And you have to fly very quickly through this weird stuff. Hey Eddie, what's up? Also, hey, old school. So this is a high-speed level, and these levels, if you die anywhere, you start over from the beginning of the level again, so you do not want to die. And you pretty much just have to memorize the levels, or you're going to run into something that kills you.
Speaking of
Yeah, they
old
need a clone.
school, we just got a $5 donation from old school saying, "Let's go, Cat. So proud of how far you've come and how much progress you've made in accepting yourself. You got this."
Thank you, old school. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for the donation. Urban Arts is awesome. Like, as a game dev myself, like, I really love Urban Arts, what they're doing.
Yeah, the success of their students is pretty remarkable. I mean, I don't think a lot of people that are watching the channel realize that 100% of the people that go through their programs graduate and go into college, and they've secured over $6 million in merit-based scholarships for 2022 for their students. So that's pretty crazy. Like, that's a lot of money that is being allocated to these students to go to college.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that last part. Woo. So you need those ones on the bottom there to get the miniaturizing power up for you. Here I have to get in this slot. All right, not squished. You saw his eyes get big. He was scared for a second, but he's good. Ah, I'm getting slapped. Then you roll into these little holes. And if you're too small, you can actually just get stuck in the corner of this hole. And then you can't get out and you just die. Very slowly, I might add. Here you have to be big enough to shove those things out of the way. And then here, a little bit of a bomb boost. And this is the end of the daytime levels. You just see the egg in the background and the camera in the background there. Yes, 100%. So now the background is red. And the craziest power-up of them all is introduced in this stage, which is literally like bullet time. If you collect one power-up, the entire game itself slows down. And a very hard skip right here. I'm going to try to get it. I did not get it. So now this part of the game's in slow motion, which is not great for speedrunning. But if you skip the slow-mos, there's always the opposite of them, which is the speed-ups, these ones. So if you skip the slow-mo, then you'll be doing the rest of the entire stage slightly faster than it regularly plays, which is really powerful. I'm hitting all of the spikes.
I don't know why I can't, like, get used to grinder noise or, like...
I wasn't getting blasted. So here you get slow, but I'm going to try to hit this bomb. Okay, none of that happened like it was supposed to, but we'll get flung up there anyway, using the turret. So I can skip those two power-ups there. If I can just fly through this horrible part without touching anything. I hit it right at the end. We'll try again. All right, there. So now I have extra speed for the rest of the stage because we didn't get the slow-mos that the game wanted us to get through that extremely hard part. Which, of course, makes playing the game way harder because it's not just like everything moves slow. It's like... I'll skip those ones on the bottom there, too. It's like you have to like tap your inputs faster and everything, so everything changes. Minefield, you can get some good bomb boosts. I missed it. I missed the bomb boost I was going to brag about. All right. We'll keep going. You can get some nice bomb boosts there. This part is really difficult. You have to do that, and unfortunately, the game still sometimes just kills you anyway, even though you do it successfully. That is a thing that can happen. But yeah, you have to bump that ball and then get in front of it. Here you have to pull these things down to trigger the bombs ahead of you. I hope I'm big enough to lift that. All right, cool. You're supposed to be a little bit bigger in that area, but worked out. So these you can't really skip, so what I try to do here is I try to get some clones as far as I can in front of the bomb first, so that they end up down here. These chain links can actually get on the wrong side, like that almost did, of the power-ups, and then shove you into the freaking blade, which is horrible if that happens, but luckily that didn't happen there. Here I have to have one go down here for me and hit that rock into there. And then there's a bunch of weird flailing stuff for some reason, but that's pretty much the end of the stage. My clones are stuck back there. So this stage is called Clone Chipper, and it really is. My strategy for it is actually to just get one clone, so I can skip those speed ups, but I had two, so the one in the back bottom. I mean, to skip those slowdowns. So we're going a little bit slower than I'd like to go for the rest of this stage, but it's not very long. This is another one of the stages they designed for you to try to save as many clones as you can. Wiggle wiggle, yes. This is the level with the worst RNG in the entire game. These rocks that are bouncing around in these blades can quite literally just slap all of your clones directly into the blades, and there's nothing you can do about it. and they are random. They can also sometimes just completely block your path. But we made it through on the first try, which I feel like is about 50% of the time, so I'll take that. So here's the most difficult skip in the entire game. I'll see if I can... Nope, can't get it. That's really hard. I've gotten it in a few of my PBs, but it skips this entire super slow motion sequence, which is really nice to skip. It saves a lot of time to skip that. But it is really hard to get through there. But if you get through there, not only do you not slow down, but you also get these 3, and you're going in like 3x speed for the rest of the level. So, oh shit. Sorry. So it saves a lot of time to skip that. Every time that I've skipped it, though, I've been so incredibly surprised that I instantaneously died right after.
That's a strat.
But there's a checkpoint right after it, so skipping it and dying right after it is still a lot faster. I remember those blades are behind these weird bulging ball things. There's a lot of very weird stuff in this game.
Yeah, you were saying before that there might be an alien invasion, and I'm looking at these creatures, and I feel like they might just be the aliens, to be quite honest.
Oh, yeah, maybe. But they're clones. So this is another area where you'll see me collecting the things that make me slower, and it's because right after all these creepy spike things, there's this part which you have to kind of just like let the clone roll to the bottom a couple times, and it takes a long time, so you don't want the screen to pass you by. Here's another timing thing. You have to get it into this opening. I'm dead. I touched the ceiling and died. Alright, I'm dead again. I'm a professional at this game, just so y'all know. World record holder right here. Oh my god. And you have to hit that.
Oh. Yeah, you were lying. We were gonna see some deaths.
Oh yeah, you definitely see deaths in no resets of this run and in PBs and everything. It's just that kind of game. It's just that hard. Like, flying is so hard. Like, I can't really explain it. You have to try the game. I bought it for Saren. He still hasn't tried it.
I do have it in my Steam inventory. I was wondering when the call out was gonna happen.
Yep. Maybe after this you'll be like, this game looks so easy. I'm gonna.
It definitely does not look easy.
All right. Here's an incredibly annoyingly slow part that you can't skip unless you're ridiculously lucky, but honestly, I don't think you'd really be able to get through this part without it being slow, so we'll take it. This part just mushes your clones up. I don't understand what it even is supposed to be. It's very weird. And then you go through the sphincter.
Okay.
And you listen to them slap into the walls.
Fair enough.
Then you get through all these cannons. And you get past this cannon. Last time I played, this cannon didn't even shoot one bullet. kind of weird. By the time it did here, definitely want to get some clones because they're spitting out so many of the sticky things. Like if you just had one, it'd be pretty likely that you died. That's the end of War Gears. This game has so much content too. Like, it's got these 40 levels in day 1, and then it has 40 more levels in day 2, and then it has another 20 levels in bonus stages, and it also has like multiplayer where you can like play versus each other and stuff, or like co-op. And then it also has a level editor. Oh, I need to get in front of this thing. I'm not gonna get in front of it. I'm gonna get in front of it. Okay, I got in front of it.
Easy.
That was scary. That was scary. If you touch that rock, you die because it rolls down here and blows up these bombs and they blast you into the blades of death. But yeah, there's a massive amount of content, and they also released the official level editor for the game too. So there's infinite levels to play that people have made. So the game is great. Sticky. Right. Not sticky. I'm spinning though. Spinning kind of stabilizes you a little bit. It's interesting. Once the first one gets through, I'm gonna kill all the other ones. Poor guys. You definitely want to get that power up because this gear just kind of wipes out a few of them randomly. There you go. This part of this level is surprisingly hard, like getting through these weird little finger things. They're just really weird, and they make you get stuck a lot. So that's the only reason I get that one slowdown at the beginning. So this thing's broken. Sometimes this part breaks and it doesn't even try to squish you. I don't know why. This one squishes you though. And then here, there's a very easy skip. Which I'll hopefully not fail now that I said that. So there's 2 slow-mos up at the top there that you don't need to get, and then you just have to kind of fly carefully over those little fingers so that you can pass them. And then you have to go through this part, but because I'm spinning, it makes it a little more difficult, and because the game is going super fast, it's hard, and I'm dead.
Oh.
You can't touch that button at the end. So basically, because I died, I lost my extra speed from skipping those power-ups before. You can't touch that power-up. That button. It actually turns on those blades. But I would have been doing the entire rest of the stage at like double speed. So here we have to make sure that we get our ball through here, because the ball will fall down in that hole and hit that switch for us so that it turns off these blades. You're also not going slow motion there if you skip those. If I wouldn't have died, I wouldn't have been going slow there because I would have been going normal speed. Oh. Alright, made it. And I skipped the slow-mo, so now I just have to get past these weird, like, exploding things. Here's the biggest bomb boost in the game.
Oh, yeah.
So that area you're actually supposed to... There's a chain connected to your clone with a bomb on it. And you're supposed to, like, carefully maneuver the bomb around so that you don't get blasted into the blades. But if you just blow up the bomb, like, immediately at the beginning... Uh-oh. Oh, no. If you blow up the bomb immediately at the beginning, then you don't have to deal with it, and you get that epic boost, so... Alright, I skipped one slow there, that's good. Need some to get on the bottom here and some on the top. So ones on the bottom have to hit that switch. So now we're flying a little bit faster than regular gameplay here. You can skip those slowdowns actually, but it kind of makes that ending part almost 100% impossible to get through. You could see in the background there that egg was like unfolding its robotic pieces and stuff. Kind of crazy. So now we're in the first stage of the nighttime levels. And the difficulty really kicks it up here too, again. And you can hear the ambience kind of changing too. Like now there's like construction sounds and stuff. Oh yeah, and this level adds portals because every game has portals. So yeah, if you're keeping an eye on the background, you can see those robots unfolding and stuff. It's pretty cool. So there's like a little bit of some kind of weird story happening. We'll skip that slow-mo right there. This part is really awful. It's super hard to get through here without dying the first time. You kind of want to just let it slap you through, but it actually slapped me and killed me at the very, very end.
Wait, you spawned
literally
right there.
right at the end. Yeah, but I lost my all my power-ups. Oh my god. This is also horrible, this part. Please give me the clones. Okay. Yeah, I spawned right there, but I lost the one slowdown skip that I did, and I lost being smaller. I can't believe that slap actually smashed me. That was horrible. I've never seen the slap kill cloning before. Maybe I was too small. Here you need to get all of these little things. Here, yeah. Oh, I failed. Yeah, I'm gonna die. What I was gonna say is here you have to scoot along really carefully so that you pull that power up over to the portal so you have it. But I hopped up in the air too far, and it lost its gravity towards me and fell down. So I'm glad that I'm regular size here, because being any bigger is completely horrible. It's really hard to get through those little spaces. Whoa. Forgot there was a spike there. Need to have one go on each side here. And then you gotta pull this power up over to get through there. And there's this thing which kind of like activates, and then like turns on and does all this weird stuff, but it's pretty easy to get past it. The slow motion sounds are great. So this part's actually super fast mode, kind of fun. I have to deal with this thing, but I found you can just push it to the other side. What? Yeah, you can see these stages get more and more like outrageous with their like little puzzles and stuff. This one's just throwing saws at you all over the place. Look how frustrated he is to be stuck with those things. It's funny how they made it so you can like see the emotion in his eyes, like. So this part's really, really awful. Luckily we can fly backwards a little bit in the PC version, but it's really hard to get through here. Please don't knock me in the portal. Okay. Ugh. Right at the end again. Knocked out. It's rare, too, that a bomb kills you by impact. Surprise, the blade's on the bottom.
Ooh.
It was like the perfect timing to kill me, like, the heck. Am I even small enough? Why? I'm not small enough. I never die here, so I didn't know what to do. Please just go. Here you can hope to skip one of those, and even skipping one of those slow-mos is huge because there's this area is really long. And if you get one more slow, it's like it's just ultra slow for this whole time, so it's really good to skip at least one of those.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like you need the slow motion as much as the other sections.
No, definitely not. Just a bunch of weird stuff at the end. And this portal turns you into a square. So now you're a square clone. And a square clone is interesting because you can't be killed by being crushed as the square. Like, the square's like super strong or something. And the square is immune to being killed by blades as well. So I'll go through here and I'll get pinched, but I won't get crushed. Then you come to this part where I need this other square to get down here to the end for me and stop that thing from turning so I can get through. And then here, since you can't die from blades as the square, I like to use them to boost through this area a little bit faster. Oh, come on. You can get really bad RNG with those little flying fragments, where it can literally just completely block you. I'm actually going too fast right now. I skipped the slow-mo that I shouldn't have skipped somewhere. Even if I got through that part, I would have died at the end of this part. We have to push this portal over and activate the bombs to get through here. If you're really unlucky, one of those squares will fly all the way over here and land right in this tunnel. And you cannot get past it. Well, luckily that didn't happen. Alright. There's only a few levels left. This level, the best thing you can do... Oh my gosh, I failed instantaneously. I was going to say is not touch anything at all. And the reason is because there's slow-mo power-ups here. I'll try to not get them. Alright, I managed to skip them anyway. But if you don't touch anything, it's really easy to skip those slow-mos. But obviously it's hard to not touch anything. Alright, at least I made it through the beginning of this level. Usually I have an incredibly hard time getting through that very starting part of the stage. What the heck? So you can actually use these moving columns as boosts. I'm really worried that I didn't get that clone. If you don't get the correct, like, camera panning power-ups, then that blade will actually just catch up to you and kill you. Oh my gosh. This is where I wanted to be. Kind of made a wrong move there. This is another one of the speed levels, and this one has a lot of evil tricks up its sleeve. You kind of have to memorize where the bombs are. So there's the bottom, top, and then bottom again. Those bombs will just kind of like launch you right backwards off the stage. And here you want to try to hit the least amount of these as you can so they don't get in your way. And here you're rolling and it speeds you up really fast, and then there's a bomb right in front of your face, so if you don't pull up, you just slam into the bomb and get knocked off the stage. And that was another speed level, so if you die anywhere, you start over from the beginning. I pretty much have died there every time I've ever played this stage. So this is, I think, the longest level in day 1, and it also has a huge amount of puzzle skips if you don't die. So we'll try not to die after this point. And you want to be small, but not too small. Because you have to fit through this spot where normally you have to be gigantic and like smush it down. So the first puzzle skip is this one. Normally you have to pull that lever to crank the gear backwards for you. And then this is the second one. If you're too small, you cannot press that bomb. That bomb won't detonate if you're too small, so you can't get through there. So this is the other puzzle. You have to normally collect all those things that make you larger so that you can press this down, but we're small enough to just fit through it. I almost got stuck there. And then this is another one where normally you have to wait for that giant boulder to roll back and forth a couple times, and you have to get in front of it and get different power-ups to get past it. And this part is normally a nightmare, but I think I managed to get through it, I think. Alright, good. And here you just kind of watch a million clones die and hope that you don't kill all of them. Same for the rest of the level. Poor little guys.
I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked that we didn't immediately die after saying we're gonna try not to die.
I know, that level's not too hard to not die on. After that point, actually. Luckily. This level I hate the most because it's so much chaos. Glad we made it. We'll try to save some clones here. Let's try to save some clones. Yeah, the hard part though about that previous really long stage is making sure you're the right size. So this is the last level. It's called Final Frontier. This level's insane. It is so hard. And oh my gosh. Absolutely the wrong timing right there. If you play this level on mobile or, you know, without the joystick extra little bit of control, getting that clone is a trap. Oh, come on. You have to hit this little thing actually just perfectly to pull it through. But you can't like hang back to like time these. You're just going forward. Oh shit. And you can't do anything faster, so yeah, mobile, like, the puzzles are a lot harder. It took me, like, hundreds and hundreds of tries to beat this level without a death for the achievement on mobile. Oh! I've never been killed by that, ever. What?
Ever.
Literally, I'm serious. I've never been killed by that before, ever. And then just now, here we go. Cat's doing a showcase. Let's kill her. Twice! This part's super hard. This is where I expect to die at least once, but I didn't. Yay. So those are time bombs stuck to me.
Oh.
Dead.
That's nice.
Normally you can dodge them.
So what happens when you get stuck with one? Okay.
It explodes after a while, but it's a lot worse when you're on mobile because you don't have the ability to hold the forward button to fly faster. But on here, I can fly fast enough to reach the end of the plants of death. I'm fatter than I normally am here. It's kind of weird. Oh, there's a lot of deaths. But still. All right, so this is coming up on the end. You'll see everything turn red. And if you touch anything here, you die instantly. Because everything activates. I'll show you. Hit this button, and yeah, that's the end. So time will be coming up pretty soon. And it looks like I still got a sub-hour, so... Time is when the menu pops up. So... Coming right up. There you go.
Epic.
So that was Badland Day 1. It's a very hard, difficult run, but it's a very fun speed run. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a couple deaths. Honestly, I grew to accept the deaths as time went on, especially as we got later out of the game. I thought you were joking at first, but
no,
yeah.
it's such a hard game, and it's all physics based, and there's RNG and stuff. So I mean, I honestly did die a lot more times than I usually do. I had a little bit of nerves, and the flight is just so precise in some areas that you just die. But yeah.
Very true. Well, I appreciate you coming on to showcase Badland for us. I'm gonna have to get on my casual let's play. I've been slacking. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I want to see you play it. I want to see you play it so you can be like, holy shit, this is hard.
I feel so bad when people buy me games because I always just replay the same game over and over. I've got that speedrunner brain. Playing a new game is very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
But yeah,
a lot of the times I'll pick up a new game and I'll only play it a couple, like 1 or 2 times too, and then I like just go back to my old games.
Yeah, definitely. Old habits are hard to kill. I hope everybody enjoyed all the festivities today. We have some more stuff going on tomorrow. I'm not sure what's going on with the SMO tomorrow. It's getting a little bit mixed up, some scheduling troubles, but we should be live around 2 p.m. With some SMO. And then, of course, we have the All Boxes showcase coming up after that. So if you're enjoying the showcase action, enjoy the showcase day, make sure to stick around tomorrow for the showcase. Gonna go raid Big John doing a speedrun marathon right now over on his channel. Lots of gamers showcasing various stuff, so go check it out, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.